Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks. All right. Thanks. Bye.
I know I was there like 3 times.
So was it said
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, sir. Good.
At the bottom of the escalator, remember that dude?
Hey, get one more chair for the chapel.
Man, some dude is just falling.
Yeah. Chapel, actual chapel. So I guess we were like a chair away. As long as you're okay with it. Just trying to help out.
Russ was telling me that it's just straight on the YouTube page. Okay. Yeah, he'll probably explain it better than I can. Thanks. Bye.
I got you a seat.
As long as it's working, that's good.
Well, no. As soon as we are sent out, we're already going to watch it. Hopefully. I don't know. It's going straight through.
Anyway, I would just sit a little bit lower with less wind.
There's 3 people watching it now. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, find your seats and silence all electronic devices. The ceremony will begin shortly. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Master Sergeant William Raybon, your narrator for today's ceremony. On behalf of Colonel Angelina McGinnis, the commander of the 17th Training Wing, we welcome you to the 517 Training Group Change of Command ceremony. Today, Colonel Mark Jones will relinquish command of the 517 Training Group to Colonel Jason Guyette. Throughout the ceremony, you will be asked to stand or be seated at the appropriate times. Today's ceremony will be conducted as an outdoor event. During the singing of the national anthem, we ask the uniformed military personnel stand at the position of attention, face the garrison flag to my right, your left, and salute while civilian personnel place their right hand over their heart. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of the official party, the singing of the national anthem by the Defense Language Institute Joint Service Choir, and the invocation by Chaplain Lamar Reese.
Here's your custom. I invite you to pray with me. Eternal God, as we gather today at this historic Presidio, where languages and cultures converge, we acknowledge your presence in this moment of transition. We are thankful for Colonel Mark Jones, whose steadfast leadership guided the 517th Training Group with wisdom and dedication. Through his service, thousands of airmen have found their voice in the languages of this world, becoming bridges of understanding across cultures and continents. Thank you to Amanda, Nico, and Remy for their service and care to the 517th members and their families. I pray your blessings on their transition. Now we welcome Colonel Jason Guyette as he assumes command. Grant him wisdom to lead with purpose, courage to face the challenges ahead, and a vision to see the profound impact of language training on our nation's security. May he find strength in the legacy he inherits and inspiration in the mission that lies before him. Bless Stacy as she joins this community, and grant his parents, Robert and Kathy, joy as they watch and support their son serve in this important role. Bless the men and women of the 517th Training Group and DLI who shape minds, staff who enable success, and students who will carry these gifts of language to serve around the globe. As languages are living bridges between people, let this unit be a bridge between past achievements and future possibilities. Grant safety to all who serve, unity and purpose, and success in the noble mission of breaking down barriers through the power of communication. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, DLI Joint Service Color Guard, DLI Joint Service Choir, and Chaplain Reese. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Allow me to introduce our official party. The Commander, 17th Training Wing, Colonel Angelina McGinnis. The outgoing Commander, 517th Training Group, and Assistant Commandant, Defense Language Institute, Foreign Language Center, Colonel Mark Jones. His wife, Amanda, and their children, Remy and Nico, his parents, Fran and Kathy, his brother Garrett, and extended family. We would also like to welcome Colonel Jones's special guest, Brigadier Alan Litster, Royal Marines, retired, and is Ellen. Colonel Samuel Klein and his wife, Lieutenant Commander Heather Klein, United States Navy, retired. Colonel Sean Picciarelli. Colonel Sean Fellows and his fiancée, Miss Sandra Woods. And Colonel Mark Saragosa, United States Air Force, retired, and his wife, Jackie. And finally, the incoming commander, Colonel Jason Guyette, his fiancée, Miss Stacy Roth, and his parents, Robert and Kathy. We appreciate you taking the time to join us today. In addition to the family and friends of Colonel Jones and Colonel Guyette, we would also like to welcome our distinguished guests. Please hold your applause until the end of the guest list. The Command Chief, 17th Training Wing, Chief Master Sergeant Camilla Washington. The Garrison Commander, Presidio of Monterey, Colonel Daniel Artino and his wife, Kathy. The Garrison Command Sergeant Major, Presidio of Monterey, Command Sergeant Major Adam Bosser. The Deputy Commandant, DLI FLC, Lieutenant Colonel Teramura Shamel. The Command Sergeant Major, DLI, Command Sergeant Major Theo De Hoyos and his wife, Christina. The Commander, Naval Support Activity Monterey, Captain Butch Smith and his wife, Patty. The Provost, DLI FLC, Dr. Robert Salvukinas. And the City Manager, City of Monterey, Mr. Hans Usler. We would also like to welcome all DLI Deans, Assistant Deans, Associate Deans, DLI staff and faculty, Garrison staff, commanders, senior enlisted leaders, friends, co-workers, civic leaders, the men and women of the 570 Training Group, and those joining us online. Thank you for being here today. The purpose of a change of command ceremony is to emphasize the continuity of leadership and the unit identity despite changes in authority. The ceremony also symbolizes the transfer of command responsibility and accountability from one officer to another. This transfer of command is physically represented by passing the command flag, the tangible symbol of from the outgoing commander to the new. The formal ritual is conducted before assembled members of the unit, colleagues, military counterparts, honored guests, dignitaries, family, and friends. It is now my pleasure to introduce our presiding official for today's ceremony, Colonel Angelina McGinnis.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is like live theater, so stuff can go all kinds of wrong and all kinds of right and all crazy. So thanks for rolling with it. We're going to get this done, and to be honest, the G-Series orders are already signed, so it really doesn't matter how they right? So it's happening. It's happening. Okay. A special welcome to the senior leaders, our civic leaders from the local community, garrison and DLI leadership, distinguished guests, friends, and family. Thank you all for being here to celebrate this important milestone for the 517th Training Group. Most importantly, welcome to the Raiders of the 517th Training Group. I said Raiders because that's what we are in the wing, but we really have here a menagerie of owls, cougars, and eagles. You all look amazing out there. And so, Lieutenant Colonel Sherburne, can you put them at ease instead of at parade rest? Or are you already at ease? Okay, great. Then you already did it. Thanks. See? Live theater. First, I'd like to thank the Defense Language Institute's Joint Service Choir for that beautiful rendition of the national anthem. Chaplain Reese, your prayer to begin this ceremony was both reverent and beautiful, so thank you for that. Thank you to all that helped set up this ceremony. A special thanks to Master Sergeant Character, Tech Sergeant Cruz, and Tech Sergeant Caldwell for leading the planning and execution of this event. So today we're here for the main event. We bid farewell to Colonel Mark Jones and welcome Colonel Jason Guyette as the new commander of the 517th Training Group. As we begin, let's family. And before talking about Mark, because whatever, we're going to talk about the real powerhouse of the 517th Training Group, Amanda. Amanda, thank you for supporting Mark for the last 2 years. I know it hasn't always been easy. And even more than that, thank you for bringing the spouses and families together of the 517th and across the Presidio, because I know it just wasn't the 517th. Thank you for taking on that duty and bringing folks together and taking care of this family. Nico and Remy, I know you love to be here. You guys look so thrilled to be here. But thanks for supporting your dad and lending him to us, especially the last couple of years when he's been busy and he's had a lot of things on his mind. He's had 14 jobs, Bob. But we appreciate you giving us your dad for a little while. Fran, Kathy, and Garrick, thank you for being here and traveling to enjoy the ceremony and all of Mark's accomplishments as he's been here at the Presidio Monterey. Mark, you've had 2 full-time jobs over the last 2 years, requiring long hours and juggling of duties. But through it all, your leadership has been steady and focused on improving the training and support provided to the linguist community. Under your guidance, FY24 saw an increase in graduation rates at DLI, with higher proficiency scores that reflect the hard work of the team. You restructured DLI's undergraduate education from 8 schools to 6, aligning with the National Defense Strategy priorities and improving efficiency across the enterprise. We also work to expand the use of tools like LinguistNext and MageDuel, ensuring operational forces have access to advanced language training technology. Your efforts to build Visitpalooza into the Cryptologic Language Analyst Convention, ClayCon, provided a valuable forum for the cryptologic language community to discuss the future of the field. Additionally, you implemented the first DLI mentor program, secured partnerships with the Presidio of Monterey Garrison, and codified a support agreement with Travis Air Force Base Medical Group, increasing the medical and mental health support for your team. Beyond the fence, you visited local DLI locations, ensuring linguists worldwide had their voices heard. Under your leadership, your airmen made things happen every day to care for one another, to do hard things, fun things, easy things, uncomfortable things, all the things, lots of things. And you ensured, though, that you focused on building the linguist warrior airmen, soldiers, sailors, and Marines the nation needs to take care of America's business. Mark, your dual hat role as assistant commandant and commander was a challenging balance, but you dedicate yourself to the mission and people of both. Again, Amanda, Nico, and Remy, thank you for supporting Mark through this journey. We wish you all the best in the next chapter. Now we welcome Colonel Jason Guyette to the Raider team. Stacy, Jason's fiance, is here for the ride. Welcome to the South 17th Training Group. Stacy, we look forward to getting to know you. Robert and Kathy, thank you for traveling here for the ceremony and continuing to support Jason as he takes on the next milestone. I know Colonel Guyette is the right leader to take the 517th Training Group into the next chapter. He'll provide a perspective to get after the dynamic training environment required to build cryptologic language analysts that we need. He brings a wealth of experience to the role, from leading counter WMD programs at the Defense Threat Reduction Agency to commanding signals intelligence operations at Offutt Air Force Base. His expertise spans intelligence, cyberspace, electronic warfare, and cutting-edge research, making him uniquely qualified to lead the 517th Training Group. Jason, undoubtedly you'll face many challenges, but you'll also find incredible opportunities. The mission of training linguists is vital to our joint intelligence and national security enterprise, and the team here is dedicated, innovative, and resilient. They've embraced modernization from implementing the DLI learning ecosystem to expanding advanced language tools. With your leadership, I'm confident they'll continue to excel. It's going to be a fun ride. The 517th Training Group team is incredible. So much energy, so many ideas, so much empathy for one another. They will embrace you and Stacy. Build a relationship with the team, and they got you. There is no limit to what you will be able to get done with these owls, cougars, and eagles. They are fiercely persistent when given a problem to solve. You and your 517th Training Group team have a mission with an outsized impact on national security. It is no fail. If we do not produce the cryptologic language analysts our nation needs, we screw up our national security for a generation. It's just that simple. So Jason, take this team to the next level. Lead them well and watch them amaze you each and every day. There is no limit to what you can accomplish. Jason and Stacy, welcome to the Raider family. Peace out, Mark.
Thank you, Colonel McGinnis. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the presentation of the Legion of Merit, Colonel Jones. Attention to orders. This is to certify that the President of the United States of America, authorized by an Act of Congress 20 July 1942, has awarded the Legion of Merit Service Medal to Colonel Mark S. Jones for exceptionally meritorious conduct in the performance of outstanding services from 14 June 2023 to 12 June 2025. Given under my hand, 12 June 2025. Signed, Major General Matthew W. Davidson, Commander, 2nd Air Force. Colonel Mark Jones distinguished himself by exceptionally meritorious conduct in performance of outstanding service to the United States as a commander, 517 Training Group, 17 Training Wing, and the Assistant Commandant, Defense Language Institute, Foreign Language, Presidio of Monterey, California, from 15 June 2023 to 31 October 2025. During this period, the exemplary ability, diligence, and devotion to duty of Colonel Jones were instrumental factors in the resolution of many complex problems of major importance to the inspirational leadership, strategic vision, and devotion to duty drove unprecedented success across the group and Department of Defense foreign language training efforts, impacting over 28,000 students studying 79 languages and 19 global sites and graduating more than 3,500 service members. He fostered an environment of excellence, significantly enhancing mental health, resiliency, and overall success of students in training, and his efforts built an award-winning team that saw the Institute's highest ever fiscal year production rate at 70%, a 2.7% increase over the previous highest recorded average. Additionally, Colonel Jones oversaw the re-imaging of the Air Force's sole language modernization effort, a $13 million classroom, and a technology overhaul that revolutionized language learning, propelling it to the 21st century. His efforts garnered vital support and funding from higher headquarters, expanding the reach of this cutting-edge technology and thousands of linguists worldwide. Concurrently, Colonel Jones spearheaded the development and implementation of the Institute's first ever learning ecosystem, a transformative, interconnected system of systems that automates the capture, flow, and analysis of learning data and its delivery to the right users at the right time. Finally, Colonel Jones, demonstrating exceptional organizational insight, recognized and addressed inefficiencies within the geographically separated group, leading a comprehensive manpower assessment and ultimately proposing a revamped, more effective staffing structure. The singularly distinctive accomplishments of Colonel Jones culminate in the distinguished career in the service of his country and reflect great credit upon himself and the United States Air Force. Thank you, Colonel McGinnis. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. It is my pleasure to introduce the commander of 517 Training Group and DLI Assistant Commandant, Colonel Mark Jones, to make his final remarks to the men and women of the 517 Training Group and the Defense Language Institute.
All right, let's keep this live theater going. Thank you all, and good afternoon. It's another beautiful day at historic Soldier Field here at the 255-year-old Presidio of Monterey. It's a special day for every airman here in the 517 Training Group. Greetings to our special guests, Colonel McGinnis, Chief Washington, Colonel Artino, Captain Smith, Colonel Klein, Mr. Uslar, Mr. Rojana Sathera, CSM De Hoyos, CSM Bossart, Dr. Savakinis, fellow commanders, senior enlisted leaders, first sergeants, members and students of the 517 Training Group, faculty and staff of the Defense Language Institute and the Presidio of Monterey Garrison, as well as our many distinguished guests. Thank you for attending today's change of command ceremony. Colonel McGinnis, ma'am, thank you for those words. Thank you for providing the guidance and space to enable the Air Force team here at Palm to execute our mission of developing the world's greatest warrior linguists before we send them on to Goodfellow to finish their crypto training and join the operational force. The trust you have placed in our entire team to get after the mission is not lost on us. Thank you, and best wishes to you on your Air Force journey next month. Jason and Stacy, welcome to Monterey. The members of the 517 Training Group and DLI staff are excited to have you on board. Jason, your background working with linguists puts you in a perfect position to perfect and lead here. I know you will continue to build on the historic success of this team. To my family, I would not be standing here without you by my side. You are my home team through it all. Remy and Nico, I am grateful that you both got to experience Monterey at an age you will remember this time. And I'm happy that you both excelled here. Amanda, thanks for your love, support, and counsel during this command tour. You set a very high bar with your key spouse efforts and initiatives. The way you opened up our house to so many of our teammates, always ready to give assistance to others, epitomizes the spirit of taking care of airmen and their families. You have my love and support always. Also, a big shout out to the Projos for today's events: Tech Sergeant Cruz, Master Sergeant Character, Lieutenant Linzer, Tech Sergeant Fernandez, Master Sergeant House, and Tech Sergeant Caldwell. I know you put a lot of work into this ceremony. Thank you very much. The Defense Language Institute at the Presidio of Monterey is truly a special place. Everything that happens here serves one singular purpose: generate warrior linguists from all services ready to contribute to our national security. And with the critical support provided by the garrison, DLI accomplishes its mission exceptionally well. I am very proud and humbled to have played a small piece in the success of this institute and the Air Force component. In my 2 years in command, the phenomenal airmen of the 311th and 314th Training Squadrons and the uniformed and civilian airmen of the 517th Group staff accomplished outsized impacts as they prepared airmen, air and ground cryptologic language analysts, foreign area officers, and exchange officers for operational success. Highlighting a few notable efforts, the 311th Training Squadron executed our Air Force senior leaders' requirements for expeditionally focused training by establishing the 17th Training Wing's only squadron-led mock deployment processing line exercise, earning them the General Spencer Innovation Award, while simultaneously ensuring nearly 1,000 airmen graduated their language program. Additionally, they hosted and led numerous events at ROTC detachments and recruiting squadrons, informing the next generation of Americans willing to serve their country. Through it all, the 311th Training Squadron maintained success in the classroom, earning the most graduation awards at DLI for FY24. Meanwhile, the 314th Training Squadron to secure 26 sister service vacated seats in the Chinese schoolhouse, reallocating $7.5 million in program funding to ensure language seats were filled for the nation's #1 defense priority language. Additionally, they incentivized peer tutoring amongst students, which not only yielded higher graduation rates and awards, but allowed airmen to develop leadership traits and help their fellow students who were struggling. The beginnings of servant and peer leadership, the essential skill set for all service members, start with programs like these. Our 517th Training Group, squadron-sized group staff has absolutely shined over the past 2 years by not only supporting the squadrons and their training missions, but leading language training developments and technology innovation that is bettering DLI, the Operational Air Force, and the intelligence community. Our Group Tech Directorate developed, coordinated, and advocated for Linguist Next, Mage Dual Serious Game, and other AI-intensive tools, incorporating both efficient teaching techniques and immersive technology to provide language analysts with the tools and skills to enhance their learning and develop lifelong linguistic autonomy. Our Cryptologic Language Analyst Preparatory course and Global Language Mentors continue to prepare, develop, and instill the skills and knowledge our students need to succeed here at DLI and also in their future roles in the operational force. Additionally, our group staff civilians provided the continuity of numerous programs that ensured mission success while mentoring their uniform-wearing teammates. Lastly, our group and squadron team developed and executed the Air Force's largest operational linguist event of the year, CLA Convention 2024, bringing together from around the globe over 100 operational commanders, SELs, and career field managers to the Presidio, bridging the gap between training and operations, ensuring our students are prepared for the future fight while also providing the ops units some insight into the training environment. While this is an Air Force change of command, I must of course acknowledge this position is also the DLI Assistant Commandant. In fact, this position was the Assistant Commandant long before the Air Force Group as a service command existed here. And I took this role very seriously. It is not just a fancy title, but a full-time job. I'm extremely thankful for the privilege to lead the Provost Organization, the Language Proficiency and Assessment Division, and the Office of Leadership and Organizational Agility for the last 2 years. Thank you to the Provost, Dr. Savakinos, for your support and leadership throughout. To the Associate Provosts, Dr. Jonathan Gaidas, Dr. Mina Lee, and Tatiana Mitrovic, leading UGE, ETD, and CE with care and professionalism. A huge thanks to all the deans, assistant deans, associate deans, and faculty. You all have the most direct impact on our #1 responsibility, our students. Thank you for what you do every day. Without you, DLI as a language learning enterprise simply does not exist. Thanks also to our LPAD team. Until recently, Kalman, and now Dr. Amatia, leading a team that has an outsized responsibility, stretching around the world, a truly global responsibility, ensuring that thousands of linguists and FAOs across all services are assessed correctly and fairly, safeguarding the testing process, ensuring it is trusted and relevant, while providing a critical venue for professional linguists here at DLI and in the field to prove their language skills are maintained through testing is essential. Oloa, small but mighty, thanks to Dr. Du and team for your diligent efforts to provide the professional and personal development opportunities our civilian workforce want and need. Thanks to all of our service commanders, Miles, Ben, Jake, and Justin, and your SELs, Master Chief Heisey, CSM Suppies, Sergeant Major Hager, Sergeant Lintag. Your partnership and leadership here at DLI to get the job done is noticed and appreciated. Thank you all for being good teammates in the DLI ecosystem. This is not a joint enterprise, but we all know we must work together in a multi-service community to get the mission done. From sharing dorm space, to gym space, or to whomever wins the most recent Commander's Cup. We are teammates through it all. And lastly, to our garrison teammates, Colonel Artino, CSM Bossart, and Mr. Bickle, thank you for providing the platform that enables DLI's success. Your leadership in this resource-constrained environment is critical. Thank you. When I arrived here 2 years ago, I noted that this was my dream job. And 2 years on, that sentiment has not changed. Amanda and I have made lifelong friends, and I remain amazed that I was provided this opportunity to live and work at the most incredible language training institute in the world, and one that is very near and dear to my heart. As an intelligence professional and foreign area officer, I can personally Marines, soldiers, and Coast Guardsmen graduating from here will go on to provide some of the most critical intelligence to our senior leaders and provide real-time information to our operational commanders. I implore each and every one of you to remember that we must continue to push DLI to improve our training and testing methods while integrating new technology. This is a never-fail mission. Thank you to the airmen of the 517 Training Group and to the DLI faculty. I will never forget my time here. Yankee Samurai and Hootie Hoot. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel Jones. At this time, the 517 Training Group would like to present Colonel Jones's wife, Amanda, with a token of their appreciation for her continuous support and dedication to all airmen and families in the organization. The men and women of the 517 Training Group would now like to render a final salute to Colonel Jones. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the change of command. Attention to orders. Under the provisions of the Department of the Air Force Instruction 51 TAC 509 and in accordance with the Special Order Number G25 TAC 006 dated 4 June 2025, Colonel Jason Guyette is hereby appointed the commander of the 517 Training Group, Presidio of Monterey, California, effective 12 June 2025. Signed, Colonel Angelina McGinnis, Commander, 17th Training Wing, United States Air Force.
Ma'am, I assume command.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. It is my pleasure to introduce the new commander of the 517 Training Group and DLI Assistant Commandant, Colonel Jason Guyette.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'll start off saying I have never played in live theater before. However, I have been watching a lot of live award shows lately, so don't worry. I know, keep the thank yous tight or the choir will play me off stage. So to our distinguished guests, community leaders, faculty and staff, and the students, thank you all for being here today and for the warm welcome. To the leaders and experts at all levels of DLI, to Colonel Artino and the Garrison leadership team, and to our local hosts and civic partners here in beautiful Monterey, especially Mr. Uslar and Mr. Rajana Sathira, I look forward to working with all of you. To my wonderful soon-to-be bride, Stacy, who, by the way, whose exposure to the military prior to meeting me, I think consisted of watching both seasons of Space Force. She has studied up for this assignment probably more than I have, so you're doing great, Stacy. You're clearly all in. You're gonna do great. Thank you for all your support, both past and promised, and I can't imagine a better mutual support partner as we start this command adventure together. To the AETC leadership team, General Davidson and the 2nd Air Force team, Colonel McGinnis, and Colonel Kelly and all the Air Force intelligence functional leaders, thank you all for your vote of confidence and the honor of trusting me to lead in these prestigious organizations. It's a great privilege to take command of such a vital mission. And certainly not least, I want to thank the Jones family and the whole outgoing command team for their steady leadership and for the legacy they leave behind. I'm taking my place on this team with humility and a great sense of responsibility, but also with a lot of excitement for the opportunities ahead. As Colonel Jones mentioned, this place is special. You know, in the US, learning a foreign language is about as close to a superpower as normal people get, other than teaching adult Americans foreign languages in a year or less, no good. But here we're not just teaching and learning languages here. That superpower is just the foundation for the great capabilities our graduates will bring to bear for the joint force and for national security. We're really cultivating insight that'll provide decision advantage, strengthen partnerships, and increase information superiority in the complex multicultural environments of the future. So foreign language education is not a luxury, it's a strategic capability. Helps us prevent being surprised by adversaries, enhances the effectiveness of alliances, and enables us to compete and prevail in contested environments. So especially in this time of rapid change and increasing global competition, we need language-enabled warriors and leaders who can think critically, communicate effectively, and understand with cultural fluency the languages of our partners and our challengers both. So to the staff and faculty and students, you don't need me to tell you that the road you've chosen is not easy, but it is essential to our nation's security. So as I take the guide on today, I do it with utmost confidence in our team and in the importance of our mission. Let's build on the strong legacy we inherit by pushing forward together to meet the challenges ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel Guyette. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, Colonel Guyette would like to present his fiancée, Ms. Roth, with the token of his appreciation for her support to commemorate this moment. Ms. Roth, on behalf of the 517 Training Group, please accept this additional bouquet of flowers. In keeping with the tradition of the Army Air Corps, your bouquet has 24 closed yellow roses. The roses symbolize new beginnings and a new friendship as we welcome you into the 517 Training Group family. Ladies and gentlemen, the 517 Training Group would now like to officially welcome Colonel Guyette and render him his first salute as the group commander. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the singing of the Air Force song and the departure of the official party. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. Colonel Jones and his family will remain on stage to receive any members wishing to bid them a final farewell. Please join us across the street in the Weckerling Center for a reception as we welcome our new commander, Colonel Guyette, and his family. Thank you for attending, and we wish you a pleasant afternoon.
Look at